大家好. Good morning, and thank you for having me in your wonderful city yet again. It's very, very grateful for NetApp to see so many people spending their day with us here today, and I thank you for that. My job at NetApp is to lead our solution architects around the whole of Asia Pacific. These are the people that help you understand how your business challenges can be solved with our technologies. We have been transforming at NetApp. We are now the leading multi-cloud data management company. We have been very busy in the last 12 months, and we have built an enormous number of new solutions in the market that are going to help you solve your business challenges. You're going to hear today from a number of our customers and partners who will talk to you about how they're getting real value from NetApp solutions. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why we have this strategy. Why are we moving our data solutions into the cloud? We have always been a software company. For 28 years, we've built software. But NetApp traditionally, you've bought our software with our hardware. But because we're a software company, we can innovate very quickly and move our solutions into the cloud. And I'm going to talk to you about why we do that, and then I'm going to talk to you about some of the solutions that we've brought to market in the last 12 months. I do not speak to a senior executive anywhere across Asia who does not want to talk about digital transformation. They want to know how they can make their business run faster. They want more speed in their business. They want their business to be more agile. They don't want to buy solutions that don't give them choice and flexibility in the future. And they're absolutely looking for simplicity. When we start to move data into a multi-cloud world, it gets very complex. So we need to understand how, while we do this, we still make our solutions and the way you run our solutions even more simple. Now, digital transformation for me is all about using technology to drive better service outcomes for your customers. It's as simple as that. So if you're in high-tech manufacturing, you might be looking to use data to provide better quality in your chipsets. If you're working in banking, you might be looking to understand how you can use data to write new mobile applications that attract the younger generation to your business. If you work in healthcare, you might be looking to use data to understand how you can provide more proactive healthcare solutions to an aging population. It doesn't matter what business you work in, digital transformation is about building your business with data. And these are the three main drivers we talk about with our customers. These are what I hear from you. I hear you want to enable new touch points. In a digital world, the amount of interaction you have with your customer gets shorter and shorter. I know that I am time poor. So when we're writing those new applications on the mobile phone for those younger generations, how do we pull information and make it relevant and useful and interesting to your customers? Cloud has always been about driving innovation at speed. When I was younger, I used to work with mainframes. And the only way you could innovate with a mainframe was by standing next to it and programming into it. Cloud changed everything. It democratized innovation. Anybody can connect to the internet, connect to the cloud, and become the next millionaire. So we want to try and make sure that when we innovate in cloud, we can do that with a common, secure data management platform. At the same time, our IT budgets aren't getting bigger. So we've got to make sure that we drive cost and simplify the applications we run today. These are the three themes that I hear a lot from all of my customers, and they match what NetApp is doing from a solution perspective. We are looking to make sure that we are delivering the same data management platform in the cloud. Same APIs, same security, same interfaces to make it easy for you to move applications into cloud and understand your data is going to be secure. We want to build the next generation of private cloud. This is using technologies like HCI and object storage, automated API-driven architectures. We don't want to have, and you can't afford to have, huge numbers of operations teams running infrastructure. We want our smart people developing software and providing real business value to your customers. And at the same time, we need to modernize, move to flash, simplify what we do, drive out the cost of those legacy applications in your environment. So what our customers are asking for is marrying up very nicely with the NetApp go-to-market. The stakes are very high. These numbers come from a report from Boston Consulting, and they looked at the largest companies in the world by capitalization. And in 2006, only one of those businesses was a digital business. By 2017, 6 out of 10 of the top companies in the world were digital businesses. But even at that scale, they need to continue to innovate and transform, because during that time, only 2 companies made that journey. So what we're talking about when we talk about digital transformation is really about fundamental change. I worked in operations for 17 years of my career. I remember going from physical hardware to VMs. Now I'm talking to my customers about how do we go from VMs to containers. These are 4 things that you need to think about in your transformation journey. These are going to be key to your success as a business. You need to think about how you do your IT transformation. You need to think about your IT department being a cloud service provider to your business. You need to build service catalogs for your business. You need to not say to your business, give me 4 weeks, I'll get you that VM. You need to allow them to provision that VM in 15 minutes. Speed is the new scale. You need to run faster. If you want to compete in any market today, speed is the most important thing you can build into your business. And that's what cloud gives you. You can fire up 30,000 cores of compute in minutes. That would take you months inside your data center. You need to be thinking, I don't talk to a single customer who isn't using cloud, going to use cloud, going to use more clouds. So you need to have a strategy, a data strategy for how you're going to use data across multi-cloud. It is your most important asset. You need to have a data strategy before you do anything with cloud. I work with so many companies that did not do that, and they are suffering because of it. Where is my data? Is my data secure? How do I access it? What kind of data have I got? All questions we can help answer. And you need to think about not building a new data center, but building the data fabric that Sean mentioned. Critically important. How are you going to connect the various places you have data together to provide these new applications and outcomes? And you saw this slide from Sean. This is our data fabric. We have built the technology that runs the data fabric. But this is your data fabric. Every single customer in this room will have a different data fabric, different requirements, different use cases. Sometimes people get confused and they think, is this about moving all my applications around? Not really. People don't wake up on Monday and say, I think I'll move Oracle into Amazon. And they don't on Friday say, I might move my Oracle into Azure. That's not what this is about. You could do that. This is about providing the common data management layer, common APIs, common management, common security policies across anywhere that you have data. And then having the choice and flexibility to change where that data lives on your terms. That's what your data fabric is all about. And we have announced, and we'll start to talk about now, some of the new solutions we're bringing to market. So we know that you're using Azure, Google, Amazon for your cloud platforms. And you can see there we've got some of the new solutions. Fabric Orchestrator, we're going to talk about that today. Kubernetes Service, we'll touch on that. Cloud Volumes and Cloud Insights, we're going to cover those. But NetApp HCI. HCI has the risk of becoming a silo. NetApp doesn't want data silos. You do not get business agility. You do not get business speed if you create data silos. So we're going to talk about how we're bringing the services from the cloud onto HCI. We want you to be using HCI as your public cloud and use it and consume services in the same way that you would consume services in those large public clouds. That provides you agility and speed. That provides you ease of management across all those environments. And we're going to touch on some of the solutions that we're building onto that platform. So we're announcing that we're bringing our Kubernetes service onto HCI. We are rebranding NetApp HCI from hyper-converged infrastructure to hybrid cloud infrastructure. When you deploy NetApp services, you could deploy them on Azure, or you could deploy them on your HCI cloud through the same interface, the same management plane. We're going to touch on some of the details around our Kubernetes service on the next slide. Cloud volumes. This is the concept that if you've worked with NetApp for some time, we have a lot of features and functions on our platform. So what we've done is simplified that right down to say you can buy the same NetApp capability as a volume of data. All you need to tell us is how big it is and which one of 3 performance tiers you would like it to be on. And because it's all API driven, we can move between those performance tiers in seconds. These are the solutions that we're going to touch on that we're building in the public clouds. We're announcing that we're now bringing that to our HCI platform so that now you can very, very quickly provision, file, SMB, NFS services on your hybrid cloud infrastructure. We're trying to bring that simplicity and SaaS model onto HCI to make it easy for you to manage your entire environment. And this is our Kubernetes service. It is the simplest way to manage Kubernetes in any cloud in the world. We do not tell you which version of container services you need to run. In technical speak, this is an upstream Kubernetes service. In 3 clicks, you can be deploying and running Kubernetes and containers. The first decision you make is which cloud. Do you want to run the containers in Azure, Google, Amazon, or on your HCI platform? Then you choose what version of Kubernetes do you want. You can run NetApp Kubernetes, or we're not stopping you from using AKS, GKE, the Kubernetes services that run inside Amazon, Azure, and Google. Use them. We are not stopping you. Most of my competitors will make you use their Kubernetes service. Then we provide Helm Chart App Store. So you can choose key value stores or common databases to deploy in containers inside your cluster. You make those 3 choices, your cluster is up and running. We are using open source Kubernetes. Within 2 weeks of the next Kubernetes being released, you can deploy it seamlessly via a single click across your entire environment. We are federating the entire container environment across all clouds. We have over 5,000 clusters already running in the public clouds. This is a proven solution that we're now bringing under the NetApp portfolio and allowing it to be deployed on our HCI platform in your data center. So when you're deploying applications in containers, you can be deploying some of the application in Amazon and some of the application on-premise on HCI. That is all done through the same management interface. We are seeing a huge move in the marketplace. 12 months ago, probably half of my customers were talking about containers. Now, every single customer is talking about containers. It does drive down cost. If I get 4 VMs on one server, I can probably get 20 containers. That will drive down some cost. I can perhaps remove some hypervisor costs when I run containers. There's definitely a cost conversation, but it's really about speed. Because if I move my whole application development from legacy 3-tier waterfall type application development into a microservice architecture, I need to use containers. So the platforms we're building and the tool sets we're integrating are taking best of breed open source architectures with some very clever technologies from NetApp. In this particular case, we have Trident. Trident is a NetApp open source program. What Trident does is solves a fundamental problem with containers. When containers were invented, there was no concept of having the data live longer than the container. Containers were supposed to start and die. Today, 6 out of the top 10 applications inside containers have persistent data. They're running databases, MongoDB, key value stores, information we need to keep after the life of the container. So what NetApp does with Trident is we can dynamically create persistent volume claims in any cloud, on any environment, perhaps using your service catalog. We provide enormous simplicity and cost savings to how you run data with containers. Nobody else can do that. It is fundamentally different. And if you talk to any customer who is running Trident, they will say it saves us so much time and so much money. An open source plugin that works with your containers. We touched on Cloud Volume Service. I want to talk about the 2 solutions we have in the public clouds. We'll start with Cloud Volume ONTAP. The thinking here is that some people want to or like to run virtual storage controllers. So this solution is our software running on the cloud hardware, and you manage it and run it like you do any other NetApp system. You have full access and control, and all the features are ready for you to use. Cloud Volume Service is an API-driven architecture. This is where you just buy that volume of data and tell it how big it is. These are both driving speed, and they're both saving money. In Azure, our product is in Amazon, our product is 20 times faster than the current file serving options in Amazon. 20 times faster. We can now move completely different workloads into that cloud and get amazing outcomes for your business. And if we look at where they're available, we are continually adding regions to make sure that we have these solutions and services in the cloud that you want to use it on. Having spoken to a couple of Taiwan customers, I know you use Singapore, Azure region a fair bit. So we're at the Azure NetApp Files, the cloud volume service in Microsoft Azure. That was publicly available last Monday. It's ready to go. We are working very closely with Google in Taiwan, and the Cloud Volumes ONTAP region will be available very, very soon. And if you want to understand more about that Taiwan Google capability, then talk to somebody from my team locally, or grab me afterwards. There's a problem with this. I'm now building lots of different data solutions in lots of different clouds. I'm integrating VMs and making my data fabric not only capable of running VMs, but also container ready when you're ready. But how do I discover things in my environment? How do I integrate them together? How do I make sure I have the right protection policies across all of this data fabric? Well, NetApp's announcing Data Fabric Orchestrator. Very powerful software to do exactly that. We can reduce the management effort by building policies across all of your cloud environments on how you want to manage your data. We can apply controls in these policies. So if new data, maybe it's machine-generated data from your manufacturing facility, is generated, it can be tagged and policies can be applied so that you can be sure that your data lives in the right place, has the right data protection policies, and is secure. We use cloud tags. So I could flag that this is HR data and is never to be deleted. I could flag that this is a new innovative product we're developing and we want to keep it within our private cloud environment so it never gets exposed to public cloud. I can set some AI policies because Fabric Orchestrator has AI running in it. We will move and ensure the data is in the right place at the right time to drive the right access performance. So we will optimize using AI your entire data fabric. And with things like GDPR, and increasingly most countries are thinking about data security policies, we're already building that in. We're making sure that when you choose to delete data within your environment for a compliance reason, we delete that data everywhere within your environment and don't rely on a human to necessarily get that job done. We're building insights. If you've got this large environment, you want to be able to run it. You want to be able to incorporate other people's technologies and solutions. This is a new SaaS cloud-based offering that optimizes, gives you real-time information about the performance, the capacity of your environment. It is also capable of looking at your containerized environment. You can build real-time dashboards. If you are a NetApp customer, there is a free version of this already available and waiting for you. You can start to use it and see the value it instantly gives you. There are no agents. There's nothing for you to deploy on every single host. Huge capability to now monitor that same data fabric environment that you're building with NetApp. And of course, you might need some help to do these things. These things are complicated. We have amazing partners in Taiwan who can deliver a range of extraordinary services to help you build your data fabric. And we're helping with that. There is a new range of very detailed services that we're deploying into market to help you build true service-oriented architectures. We want to give you the capability, if you came to NetApp and said, I've got this AI project, I'm using 5G devices on the edge, I want to do some inferencing in my core, and I want to leverage cloud to build my test plans, to build my test rigs. we can absolutely architect those solutions end to end and make sure they deliver on the capabilities you need. I'm going to build this slide out. We have an enormous range of services and offerings. We've touched on a few of the newer ones today. Come and talk to me, come and talk to my team, come and talk to our partners about how these solutions can give your business speed, agility, and simplicity in a multi-cloud environment, because that is what the NetApp Data Fabric is all about. If you only do one thing after this meeting, have a look at cloud.netapp.com. All of these solutions are available. They all have evaluation licenses you can immediately activate. They all have the complete technical documentation on how they work and integrate together. We know in a cloud world, you're going to have a play with these things before you come and talk to us. So I encourage you, get a log on, see what we're doing, because we are changing the world with data. Sheshe.